and da etoso eduonu enum in the 3rd month in the year of our Lord, 25th of March 2025. Another wonderful and blissful and Tuesday morning live here on X2 TV. Indeed, beyond the limit. Me di the Owahene and Buesiak, the entire production crew nina ebomichidom. Kudos to the national team, the senior national soccer team, the Black Stars of Ghana. What's a child for your full team? Tiasho Mufaifa. We are going to meet Madagascar. Now, I want you day. But Enra, the boys proved beyond a reasonable doubt. Say even in the away go match crown, Omubeshe goes ama Black Stars. Now the dream of Ghanaians to also participate in the 2026 World Cup will come to reality. This has been another wonderful Tuesday morning. Ghana's finest and biggest breakfast in the capital city, Accra, Medina, Zongo Junction. This is your show, The Dialogue. So call a friend and tell a friend to join the biggest conversation and the most highly competitive, respectful, political, social, and current affairs talk show. Now, also for our drink today, on YouTube and Facebook as well. Now, today is Tuesday. Now, there was a press conference by the Minister for Justice and Attorney General, Dr. Akurutenga Ayene, and or make a statement to me. When name me, shame me, and call for me. And the other side of the NPP, also the statement about because they are saying Nipana Nidi Ewo Aseminum is not a member of the New Patriotic Party. We'll be discussing all these things this morning live here on the 2TV, a fully packaged program. Be part of the conversation. Now, join discussions, not Enfa Emunsem, Enfa Emerald. This morning, I want to share with you the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 8. I say, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. In Shirani wana wakuma mutie na won ena ebehunu onyankopon. The book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 8. Matthew sempano eti enum eyimo tweno. Broni say, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Asante Twini said, in Shirani wana wakuma mutie na won ena ebehunu onyankopon. Enuti anopei Michelle Ngrai ma wakuma munte. Ekwa ba so na be ma wakuma mu atie. Enwene bone ma unua. Enye susu bone e ma unua. Sabi emma unua bi yawa okomu enya wude. Ma wakuma munte. Yikunsu efri umu. Yi akayo ebufuo yaudie efri umu. Na wakuma munte. Yakaso wakuma mutia. Wakuma mu atie ne se wono odwene papa nkoa. Ahoya honhom eni umu. Unua bi koso a enya oya. Se unua bi enya japade bi enya oya. Unua bi tumpon abrabom a enya oya. Unua bi ko nanimu abrabom a enya oya. Wosan ukura akuma mutie. Onwere bone e ma unua. Eka nkoa na nka unua so adiyie. Wosan ubehunu onyankopon. Esa se wakuma mutie nti ubehunu onyankopon. Obi bebusa se onyankopon no te hen na makwako hu no. Wabrabo no be prom. Wabrabo no be fe. Wabrabo no be nkoso. Wabrabo no be inhira. Yedi akwan be bia ma wo. Inhira kwan be bia ma wo. Epono bi emu atoto no onyankopon be bie. Sebi yade emmo nto yade paso. Atoyenchem ento ohaw bi ba onyame be yiwa firim. So blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. That does not guarantee say onyankopon no te ahemfie be mu, onyankopon no fie be mu, onyankopon fa hin no word makwako hu no wa hin asem na wokan. Yakaso bi ehunu onyankopon a onyankopon wa hunu say wabrabo ye fe. Sebi ohaw ne amane ne atoyenchem bi ba sa onyankopon no twitwa jew. amani hunu bi ebeto a saa onyankopon ose ade oyo no oyi ufiri saa ohaw no mu onyankopon ne mma kwan se wo a wakoma mu tie no amani bi kura beba nanso no nyame be yiwa firim enso ha bi beba ba saa nyankopon no obe yiwa firim so ma wakoma mu nti don't create a space in your heart emfa sebi otan ensha komanimu emfa sebi yaudie ensha komanimu emfa adwene susuye ye bone adwene ensha komanimu I mean free the heart makoma no jeja no memonte ma Kristo ntina komanimu na wona o ma wakoma mu tie no won ena ebehunu onyankopon. This is the message for you. Wene asama menumi eche this very beautiful Tuesday morning. From the beginning of the year, from the beginning of this year, 1st January up to end 25th of March 2025, it is by the grace of God. Don't be arakwa and I menumi eche and the humobro doso nimobro huru no aso menumi enu so otru kotru nyankropon a woye pesemwa okuta tabono etwa nsuo no de osia oyo no na ehunu menumi enu mobo enti ne tiase. It is not by might, it is by the grace of God. Enunti aseda kese ene de ma ososo hene otwedi ampo okese no okokruko de oma Israel for David Moses edi omanim no de poma pipe kokomu mu fam no onwogani nyankopon a onwanwa the miracle and the unchangeable and the unfailing God no we should be grateful and thankful. And obi bebusa say edura no pa kanya me a we sofo na menye sofo nanso e ma ho ho ma ni gie esan say onyame ena aye. It's time for sports. Kofi Amponsa usia hineba. Ede agude mu nsemo ba. Enra Black Stars prove obia wrong. Among child for boys, a child for their full team. Enti yasho mu 5 anya hwe. Yakwa share Madagascar ni behu. Madagascar for yasho mu 3 enwa. Very splendid performance by the El Capitano. Jordan Ayew. He's a leader of the team now. Now exhibiting leadership. Actually, Ampa we leader. And our players are more kukuda the frontline players are Yepe Umasem, Thomas Tepati, Arsenal player, Ghana for criticizing and what you training nine and no both 2 goals. Kudus Mohammed Nansa Oshegu Achenti Ghana for entry say, hey, Kudus and what Washego. Jordan Ayew, you're the captain the man no. The first game, Kofi Mboa, when your captain said the first you need the ball child, any child, any anybody. What Sampa captaincy no obeti edinim. But kudos to a year 7 tornado appear and a baby jet as Samoa Jan. You see, Ghana phobia shall say Kasa Black Stars a winnie. And the MPP pencil Black Stars born on and MPP 4. Essay Black Stars. And what? We take comment be and John Mahama and the NDC are resented Black Stars. Oh, fantastic. But our football should not be politicized. Because a World Cup we are qualified. Some okay can say uncle Fobi will never team from. Why when you be fire so? Yam penisa. Mamu fanya politics. Na Ghana de bia bibiki tu ebi obi be politics Bibre na dwimu ha okruma 2006 Kufo de Yakobi. That was the first time in history Ghana ni anko World Cup da. Eno so ka be kan say. Enti mamode ya amanyosem no, you should be very careful because the Black Stars is the only area yewo etimi kan nipa bom. See, I saw them be bringing watch. Black Stars in the penny need also back up. Mama for politics then call with all due respect. Yes, Ramo, Madaroma. ne nyina ye ntachiri mane nya fe because Black Stars players no any omamu ni nyina no ye the spirit and the boom chidom hwe na no match e ball Accra on say the park was full. How would you describe the way MPP and NDC ni? They were all Ghanaians. I say Ghana Black Star. You can say MPP Black Star or NDC Black Star. So stop the hypocrisy and let's support our boys for glory. This is the dialogue show. It's time for sports. My very own evangelist is back. My very own evangelist Justice Afo. Glory be to God. Edu ebi a ni peduan sa nkrokro afo mpo do munyare. Say wo no be nyini sa adwen pakura no be nyini sa nkofo no munyi ntienti nkrokro afo no boa. But omo wo so pa omo wo sa nkofo. It's time for sports. Nana Kofi Apo Sansi Ahina Yakrado. Mr. Finn, the one or two, was a man. The Agudia Munsem Eba, Area, the Academy, Betom. We need your wine. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after a short break.
Yes, I'm out cover view. Emra the dialogue. So rest say no shed here so a world of sports. Na when me say Emra na attention in Morocco because na the Blaster similar ball a match number 6 against Madagascar. It's na a crucial game. But good news in the Senra, you twin that win no against the Madagascar team no. Now. Yen shase na yenfa the see no enfama sanse no na a crucial day because Ghana ya started qualification at that because last year and a ball against Central African Republic you win 4-3 you ko share Mali Obamako by 2-1 and you lose back against Comoros Seminole you share Madagascar by a good to know you share Chad last Friday night. Our class posted by 5-0 and then yes, I ball match number 6 against Madagascar Morocco winning by 3-0. It's another lineup now a starting game no Emma a Black Star team no and so goalkeeper Benjamin Asari maintaining the position no then Kingsley Shindler a starting game no Thomas Partey Mohamed Salisu Jordan Ayew Antoine Semenyo Gideon Mensah, Jerome Opoku, Mohamed Kudus, Abu Francis, and Jiku. Enti omeki 2 changes from the game near boy last Friday. Ewo and Kano. We know Inaki started from the bench, and then Nesnama Sono started from the bench, and I started Jerome Opoku and Abu Francis. So we need 2 changes by from the previous. Give me a boy against shot. Now, young compete in the soul or Morocco, so the commander say, team no, as 3 goals. 2 for Arsenal player Thomas Partey, and 1 for Kudus moment. Let's enjoy a Gosa Partey, a producer and run my.
For the intervening 5 days. Jordan Ayew with the corner kick. Good one! And it's a second goal. 8 minutes into the second half and Ghana double their lead. Set piece undoing Madagascar again. Well, out of the blocks fast. Thomas Partey with his second goal of the game. And there's a handful of Ghana fans inside this otherwise empty stadium to cheer. It's a brilliant ball in and a really good rise into the air by the Arsenal man. And Ghana lead by 2-0 in this for the intervening 5 days.
So that was a Thomas party making sure say no Nitino a produce 2 goals my team no. Kudus Mohammed of Western United a fantastic play by the captain General Yu. You heard that build up on 2. Kudus Mohammed go no. Name it was.
Back it goes to Jiku. Semenyo. Back to the former Strasbourg centre-back. Now in his 2nd season in Turkey. Down to walking pace in the middle. Jordan Ayew, though, tries to inject a little bit of pace. Lovely ball through. And the 3rd goal. Well, smash and grab. And it's Kudus to Kudus, who scores the 3rd goal and surely makes the 3-point save.
Right, so Mohamed Kudus produced that important 3rd goal ma Blasters silly victory no against Madagascar. Coach, eme team no Unauthorized just in the Agyapong say boys in the adwuma or share the assist captain provided 3 assists. Party so produced 2 goals. Kudus eshe go ne bako. How Benjamin Sari e make sure keep clean sheet no or but team nyina baso. Yeti coach Blasters team Unauthorized after the game.
Losing 2 matches, 2 clean sheets back to back. Give us an overview of what transpired in today's game.
Yeah, first of all, big congratulations to the team. The work ethic today was exceptional. I think we started well, and then which led to some free kicks. One of the free kicks we used well to score. And then from there, I have to say Madagascar played really well. They put pressure on us without creating any big chances. But you could see the movements, they played well, but we defensively very solid. Very solid. I was happy for that. And in the second half, I think the guys needed this 50 minutes. And then now, in the second half, we came out well, really well. We controlled the game. We had a lot of free kicks again, which were really also well done by our captain Jordan. He had today 3 assists, which is really amazing. Thomas 2 goals, it was really decisive, the execution of the free kicks, but also the positioning in the box, and we were very happy for that. And then we started to play. We played well. Surely the last 10 minutes maybe we got a little bit more pressure, but I think we defended well again, clean sheet. So we are very happy, and I think we are taking a very big step, but it's not done yet. We still have to work hard to qualify for the World Cup. There's still a lot of work to do. But
that is a coach Unauthorized Obo Emanti nyina baso, but the goalkeeper Benjamin Sari 2 matches, clean sheets. We make you say team no enya that win not just say o bona baso na ohide wa atezigi ene Jojo Alokot no na omo in crying na send papa enti yenti Unauthorized how Obo the goalkeeper Benjamin Sari so abaso.
I think the next game is in June, and at the moment he's the number 1. We decided for him. He did well in training. Like I said, it's not like he's here and the others are there. So we have a good situation where the goalkeepers are pushing each other. Really thankful the way Atizigi and Wolocott also behaved during this week, and the way they also tried to push Benjamin, to help him, to support him. Which is not, I don't take it for granted, but big props for them for pushing him, for giving him hints, and this is good teamwork. And Benjamin really, he deserved it. He did well in the league, but also in the training, the few trainings we had, he did very well.
So Otado and the ball the goalkeeper Benjamin Asare Basto. Inti maybe what my a picture of Benjamin Asare. Na yen sheda na yemana Basto because or boy Juma pa say the first call up into the Blasters. First call up into the Blasters. Obaya so the man first Akunya say Omeche a World Cup qualifier game. This is a local guy from Accredited Olympics to Hasselhoff. If you ask the name of Sapa, we or the two Olympics relegation. But Hasselhoff said that be performance other than they didn't know. Ne extra inti be join has sim no. Oba so 12 clean sheets in a GPL. And now so much as when you call up to the Blasters. 2 matches will produce that important clean sheets no. That is a Benjamin Asare. Now, let's talk about Captain Jordan Ayew. CAF and now a nice description or say Jordan O'Clock. What does that one means? The HN say Jordan Ayew. You bought 6 matches, okay? Was 5 goals. I produced 3 assists against Central African Republic. Was hat-trick on that night. Kumasi. Bamako against Mali. Or say 1 goal in that game. Last Friday night, our Casper Stadium. Or say 1 goal. And then we produced 3 assists. Nah, capital too much. In Tiamo, Captain Jordan Ayew so about to say, o making sure say Jumano equity team. Now, yen share your standings no after see round number 6 games na ekoso ewo the continent of Africa. Ne hawa positions no and also ete. So Ghana leading now with 15 points. Number 2 Madagascar 10 points. 3 Mali. And also Eduho with 8 points. And a Comoros and so Eduho. Then CAR Etoso with 5 points. Charlie no points we are ho. Enti when how and sene koso Ghana lead with 5 point gap. Now yen share the next games na for the Blasters Simno. A sense next game no. Aka 4 games, yes. So Ghana go ball against Chad, okay, Ghana be quite away. Nebo home against Mali. Neako away against Central African Republic. Now finally, yeni Comoros. Ewo Ghana ha. DBCBC. Comoros wa Ghana ha. DBCBC. Enti yeah, good news say boys no good so here Juma the Blasters team. Enti they all no. Now, you heard the ekoso ewo other issues because when we say Nigeria for no also a year Juma pa, but before that, you share the entire results happen and the continent in the sense and give sleepy now because the results are about happen no. It be na ye the amount on your screen because it seemed like Namibia and Equatorial Guinea ball 1-1 and Akobase Guinea Bissau lose against Burkina Faso by 2 goals 1. Mali and CAR game 0-0. Liberia South Tome and Principe by 2 goals 1. Ivory Coast as I said the Gambia current champions. Ivory Coast for no AFCON champions. Last year Ivory Coast almost win the tournament. So almost say Gambia by a good to know. Edekobasi Ethiopia Djibouti Ensia Awontimbako Tunisia Erekodo 2-0 win over Malawi team no. Intina said the ekoso kakra so now. Let's talk about Ivory Coast national team because almost so ebo adwuma pa ope team akwa on performance no ekoyi e continent no so a Ivory Coast national team because almost so match somebody nyina no omo ewini 5 a draw only 1. Almost just say yes, they are current Africa champions. It's Ivory Coast man so omo air train pa. Now here with Ademola Lookman, a current African champion, okay? Now they don't say Nigeria and no game. But I'm going to win over Rwanda or Kigali. And I'm just say Bola Ademola Lookman abo pa this year no. I was saying a birthday no. Omo demand kama. Aside that, I was say I would not G no. Almost celebrating kama. Until Victor Osimhen, the champion himself decided so also pe bi kakra na onua de kana no na eboa no mie ne aye adwuma no emma team no ebesia ye de eno besia na no pay na ya dase for your time Fremi Kofi Amponsa osi ahene the dialogue show no eguso a etwa so eno a ye de commentary ebremo ewo Oman FM so Kencity Media Limited enti yebeda yenuanom mo titi pharmacy fo ase amwo Madina ha Zongo Junction ena Madina New Melcom hona be hu mo titi pharmacy they are into wholesale and retail enti wo mo mbebo ho apa be about pharmaceuticals no omen number 1 owa hene etwa so dialogue etwa so osani ni it has no time matching.
Kofi Amponsa Osia Hene Enedi Agude Munsem Abreu on the Dialogue Net 2 TV. So I update on the AFCON World Cup qualifiers. Now what the Abreu no Mrs. Aminoka said at the end of the 5 matches are Akano. The teams are Hodua a free the continent of Africa 4 matches yes. Na Yako World Cup no ebi. The Ghana there Sudan so coach Kwesi Appiah magic and you heard in at the end of the matches are Akano and how and be determine whether will country qualify call a World Cup 2026 because of Canada, USA and Mexico and take note of that and now yenhwe sending your material one for Abu Timu pose okupi kromanya do baba Trump so nya bere and take note of that too. Donald Trump because World Cup with the new strict measures that the bano enya asem. But it's time for entertainment news. Yeah, the NG Cassie and Well Santos so join here. Now what the NG some Eddie Abra. Abranten and Anudina would no matter see a freezing bank account. A CGR for some where I say want you to tax me. And then some Ghana no that is Ghana. Ever heard the home some akwakusi SMP any film ba birthday ba kope freezing of account bebre anti sana nyoma ko eno amete say Stonebwoy amoje $200,000 na me say hey $200,000 so the bag Ghana current aima 3.2 million Ghana which is 32 billion stage back of 32 billion Jack kofo cash ukruma 32 billion deko no kra mai obi busa say you see hey Jack akwani fucking rich this I mean I don't know how to describe ni ama penino odin 40 na it when you 40 years now want me ani o da bisa akwa to yam emre pem but enwa nkofo keka nsem bi I say krum ha no yenyoma bi say ye entire hu to hu bi say ya Ghanaians will read meanings into this obia can your pay but only was within 40 years and when you see can within birthday fam ho bayi also kodi bi near these are the 250 years and the business very interesting but it's time for entertainment yemfa NJ Kase Emerald.
The money. Beautiful morning. Welcome to entertainment segment on the dialogue. My name is Noella Santi, coming to you live from the 2 television at Medina Zongo Junction. There are a lot of stories floating around, but let's limit ourselves to entertainment. We don't want any of the political and the monetary aspect. So coming up this morning, Ghana and Morocco initiate visa-free travel between both countries. Also, Kiddy and Black Sharif were in London last week with AGDJ. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly with the details. Morocco and Ghana have decided to establish a visa waiver agreement for all types of travelers from both nations, which will soon be submitted to their respective parliaments for approval, according to Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs Sam Okudzeto-Ablakwa, who sat with Her Excellency Imani Wadil, Moroccan ambassador to Ghana. Additionally, both countries have committed to strengthening cooperation in agribusiness, tourism, and security. This development coincides with Morocco's decision to increase scholarships for Ghanaian students from 90 to 180 starting this year. Now, as of March 2025, Ghanaian passport holders can travel to several countries without obtaining a visa prior to their departure. The exact number of visa-free destinations varies among sources now due to different data collection methods and definition of visa-free access. For instance, some sources are reporting that Ghanaian citizens have visa-free access to 46 countries, while others list up to 67 destinations. Now, here is a list of countries Ghanaians can visit without obtaining a Mauritius, Niger, Nigeria, Rwanda, Senegal, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. For countries in Asia, we have Bangladesh, Philippines, and Singapore. In the Caribbean, we have the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, British Virgin Islands, Dominica, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago. For Oceania, we have Cook Islands, Fiji, Kiribati, Micronesia, Niue, Samoa, and Vanuatu. Now, who wants to go to Jamaica or Fiji with me? So, if you're looking forward to any vacation this season, you can go to any of the aforementioned countries because they are visa-free for Ghanaian passport holders. Now, Kencity and Black Sherif were in London last week with AGDJ on the street rap show. It was beautiful to see two Ghanaian artists out there on the street singing and rapping for Ghanaians. So here is AGDJ on the streets of London with Kencity and Black Sherif. Enjoy.
Say, I'm high on life, wanna meditate, oh na na, so allow me, make I enjoy. Cause problem not the finish, oh, every day different wahala. Problem not the finish, oh, you can skibidi bidi. Everybody say pass with the touching. Pretty girl come wind up your body. Time goes one girl make you touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. Lord, I'm amazed, I know if you describe my feelings. Give me all the love when I need it. Really miss you one more, could I ask for more? There's a way that you make me feel, I be lying and be saying, patient now. Tell me one more, sing. Blessings flow like a river, freezing cold in Manila. Never land Peter, for me same corn in my teacher. Took some potion dinner, I'm a masses. Might be posting a dinner. Seafood I can't teach your loaf and dessert. Vegetarian is a bay I'm stir fry. Ready soft coast, no calamari. Yeah. Lord, I'm amazed, I know if you describe my feelings. Give me all the love when I need it.
Enjoyed that. That was Kencity and Black Sherif at AGDJ's show, Streets Rap Show. It was beautiful to see, and that was some good vocal range from both artists. Now, Black Sherif is on Artist of the Year category for the TGMAs. Now, I hope you vote for him. He did put in a lot of works, even though I'm going for Cocoa Smoke. Definitely vote for Cocoa Smoke to win Artist of the Year this year. Now, thank you very much for watching. This has been entertainment segment on The Dialogue. Don't go anywhere. The Dialogue is still in session. I'll be back tomorrow with more news. Bless you.
Yabeda Inyaba Nwala Sante Ase for such a wonderful entertainment tidbit what they are on the Dialogue Show on the 25th of March 2025. It's time, say, you have stories coming up this morning. The more encrat animal and Sema Hudua Wachocho at the Abba. Now, and there was a press conference by the Honorable Minister for Justice and Attorney General. Aban lawyer Penny, any Oswa for her at an so. The Honorable Dominic Akorotinga Ayene. And our friends and for. Now, me who say, enipa or this sumbo ebo monuso lawyer for Sababonti. I'll be reading that statement. And I'm here, penny PK Sapon. And so actual a write-up be Ababonti. A better tone is Senyani or Penina Abon Sumono. A brabber appointed no. The NDC's minister, Akorotinga Ayene say, or Penina or this sumo bonus or diabetic Sika National Signal Authority Penino. Our this sumo bonus or diabetic $7 million. Court of Public Opinion. And a year Attorney General Kasa Omono. Sabi Nipana Kasa no sana a NDC person a man appointment. And then akufo-addo person appointing. So why should the minister come out to declare the person publicly say or corrupt? For now, it is not yet established in book. It is only the court with evidence that will declare somebody as corrupt politician or leader. It is only the court. Lawyer Akorotinga Ayene, watch Emrapeng, a learned professional. You see, the reset version of a year, we discuss, we discuss biano. So we di omanisika na adanse ohua yencheno. Ba utu mampamirika ba bonte be kasem na asem no ebianya no kura na eno no any friend court of public opinion. You just want the public. Opeso omanfo no say hey oyaduma. Just say you are yene you say OSP no. Na making can seminar about bontini nyina me jinsa no pay and on a press conference ebi abada obon kraten mo enti se wo kase kwakwa ntwibu esi akwa corrupt na say wo di adanse aka won so be assembly man no and the street bobs bi man no na bia wanfa mobo ebra ye president man no twamfonyi enie ye man no oha wanfa anko abom so no yankobobo adanse ni ansa na de kwadu abominu enti yentuma mpamirika emma bedwam emma montene emeka so we corrupt obi a yenye investigations enwe na yentimi enya assembly tipo yeso obi a corrupt leader bia no yentwe na boso obi a katahihye proye krono ekan ho bia yentwe no nemom Shimi wona echi hunu a dance entato and even political rich hunting. Just to let the people or the general public know say I say ampa dream because so abandon them. Na nipa kwabna ebibu ahen no when the man is appointment no. Eba na eyo ene obetimu nsem. A seasoned journalist, a renowned journalist, a renowned teacher, a former assemblyman for the good people of Agyapong is ready. General public, shall we welcome our senior man Jack Toronto? Good morning. Aduma kwa. Sadiachi, ni dina na so say dia na nsanyame na ye.
Eyi na papa bu mi ko mu na baba. Ane obinyem ne baba.
Obinyem ne baba.
Na friend baba no wisa say one ho ananyem. Ane obo obidin.
Nenyo nipa na.
Say oba na onyem no
oni do anyem no. Okay.
Papa say aha bofoforo.
We na do be fie de.
No ase abo ni otese ni obo ye no a. Wase aha memobi ahwede de wo ka Kofi ahwe so di amanyofo na chi a especially NDC abayo mabai Kofi se wanya abotere okay ahwe ya ubenya kompo because eniema e koso no he eneme ka nsem bi wa ha now they are not tied in some BC umu no abekai me say we are say ade ba kwa eya and he say obi nim onim na onim say onim
the chikasa pa no aka no obi nim onim nanso
onim
say onim wow we no chese we penny also because we penny pa we the ramen tree pa no dey about
wow Kofi e to da bia eni me bia ye ni wo Ghana ha no amanyofo ni bi enim no mu nim so mu nim wow the propaganda no a NDC for chassis fitting bra Ghana for to abama wo no omo hwe ye se omo ankasa omo opposition amana
eno mutu no okay
because Kofi how on earth say bia wadamfo no OSP wadamfo no bia wate kakra ema the current attorney general there nobody knows because how on earth na ka okra there as an attorney general whatever so obi di bone a ehe na de no
court
you be press conference no no
say no person gani no man for who paint you black egu anima se gu hu fi
Kofi medical can say NDC for there a woman bin person mo ye say on person ma MPP amayaku no ehu ye Ghana for ahi no mo ye Ghana for time na ne ma pa bi aban ye twam no be ye no Ghana for we bi
fi ni nyina
na so na make NDC for ne say sabe Ghana ni akoda enum doko aben no enye ne to ahye so Ghana ni mo hwe no na danko akufo-addo na mamu penso no obetimi abone ma be mienu mi ensa yes papa said o man pani da adwuna Agyapong kufo ne penso e won niema ya e wodin o man pani John Dramani Mahama owo ade a edanso e wo ne ho a owodin a oye ne den wonyi mfi won nsam ti se dum so oye ne den
se adum o ye wa edum yi
edum o ye ho
edum tie isu generator
wow because I know the say kura no o men kofo ye nhwemu se light out no ba no say ohun so aso generator kro betimi am kofo abedum say won dey dum so no dey o ye the den
title no
one person obi e be ben ho kura won kofi enti as say Ghana for the trouble team don't think about who will give you what nemum MPP for ba ben mu a omdwen on mine no ho
yeah and asem makan
omo party
yeah make us asem no bia
Kofi entimede enfoni bia NDC aban mu mpanimfo etwa dia che Ghana fo no wo Ghana ni no a wote ho no wunim
kwaku nipa na ye bono suma na me ho so aba pepe mu pa eye nipa bia megidi se ebia Ghana fo nhye da nim no nti be ma Ghana fo hu ne
okay
na minua pani PK Sapon edi bibia ba na ebekom ma me masabata akwaba sabata ho to say
nyame adome ho
I say o wiki o dan your many pa in fact we African printer na top no
ni nyina ya kabo
and then up and down or I can say African way first taking up and down and I had modified an African way
and I say a apartheid near friend Kobe but it's so
tilapia to be an you very interesting but yeah story krata edikan o de my sabato
okay me the daily guide NSA say using state institutions as political weapons dangerous minority Attorney General corruption expose ex NSB boss wife detained over 39.46 million Ghana cedis in court theft faced up to 25 years in prison. NSA ghost names 8 grilled by NIB. $2 million Skytrain scandal. Former GIF CEO hiding in Senegal. Attorney General. Daily guide or the bar and opinion.
Kwaku story na I say that is a trending story. National Signal Bureau. Penia or no.
Enti wahu ne wase no. Or say ex-NSB boss, wife detained over 39.46 million in quote theft, face up to 25 years in prison. Yes, sir. They say, I said, no, I'm not saying where you. Young get away there.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but a court to soon determine substantiality as I'm saying.
And I want to say, I thought that you are going to say, who are being Biblia, Yakunja. Yantiha. If you're man penny that damn nurse, so NDC regimes, Nimi Nunina. First NDC, second NDC, third NDC. Yeah, Mr. On that program who say, yeah, Kiki, on that program who say, at the end of the day, on the quack with Dinchu. Yantia no can say, on my penny that akufo-addo. Apake courts no with MPP for.
Yeah, okay.
And your NDC for number kind. On that program who say, ain't so said, Billy, I'm did this a court to crown air so. Nansen 12 for my day. At the tears and be actually. Now, when you said at your home press conference, me say, a baby no me bui. Send an entry pudia. Anka to no. Conform so can someone that. NDC for blue say, send the TBR. A bread besser. Young Casa Coffee. So be I am from so no be a for my sika. My young can't want some. Nemuno. Quite a fast one. And only as a Jew threat. Like I said, me a corporate.
The best thing I was expecting the Attorney General to do. And it's on Kofre Press, no. Say, be a investigation, the incophobia day, eco court. Without explaining and talking about this. It is only, yeah, Attorney General, that's the best thing. Oh, Yesusu say, we suspect to say, Nipebi say, so the listed above politicians or leaders in the past government and so and so, no, they don't wear the eco court. But before Sabbath at the bottom, PK Sapon.
Okay.
Whispers from the corridors of the thinking place. What your statement be? And I write up. I mean, Ghana Funtia San Papipa.
Okay.
Kwabena Ebubuahin is not a politician.
Okay.
Ayene should stop misinforming the public.
Okay.
Now, now, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Akorotinga Ayene, at his press conference to itemize the cases involving some individuals his outfit has investigated, created the impression that Kwabena Ebubuahin of Signals is a former akufo-addo appointee and an MPP member who has acquired wealth and properties that defy logic. Let it be on record that Kwabena Ebubuahin is not and has never been an MPP member.
Okay.
He is not a politician and has always been a businessman.
Or are they saying this based on the Dino Kutanwana? Okay. Okay.
This is not an MPP and NDC matter. It is imperative that these facts are made available in the public about him.
Okay.
Kwabena Ebubuahin is the owner of Grofet, a multi-million-dollar company and one of the biggest, if not the biggest fertilizer company in West Africa, which owns the biggest fertilizer blending set up in Ghana. This entity has loans from banks including ECOWAS Development Bank, which it services diligently. Grofet did many businesses with Cocoa Board. Grofet did many businesses with Cocoa Board when Dr. Stephen Opuni was the chief executive officer of the entity.
Okay.
He and his wife, Angela Agyapong, owns several other successful businesses in and outside Ghana. He has been owning businesses long before 2017.
Okay.
Long before 2017.
Okay.
It's also important to point out that Kwabena has been working at Signals since 2007. Okay, welcome back. You best say mama kwa babio. There are two TV dialogues ni. I catch you say dum so no wo munti e ya na kan be bu nani. Na yaba back sa nti take note of that. Mo fan che. Mama emra sabata o wi na e che say yakọ stories ni mo anka santi. Bo krata be na o de to aso amaye.
Daily Graphic.
Okay.
Alleged 39.46 million Ghana cedis diversion. Adubuahin, wife, arrested deal was on state cyber defense software. Special courts to fight galamsey in the offing. Free sanitary pad intervention. Government pledges to source from local producers. Party time. Ghana crash Madagascar 3-0. Daily Graphic, dear, and no.
Okay.
Me call the Chronicles also.
Okay.
Cyber defense systems case. Adubuahin is a high flight risk. Attorney General Ahin direct Yoko to release and re-arrest him. Amabua asked, 6.2 billion Ghana cedis worth of excavators imported for what? Prosecution of opponents outside courtroom is very distasteful. Minority. The Chronicle, dear, no. The Ghanaian Times. Ghana Health Service records 20,599 tuberculosis cases in 2024, 90% cured in historic feats. President tasked GAF Council to prioritize discipline, integrity in military. Minority accuses Attorney General of overstepping legal mandates. Former NSB DG to appear before court for allegedly diverting 40 million Ghana cedis. Attorney General. The Ghanaian Times there, no. Mefa last one, I hear the new crusading guide. Attorney General fights NPP appointees over alleged corruption cases. Minority tackles Attorney General over abuse of power. How Minerals Commission sold its cantonment property to a private developer. Okay. Kumasi MPs push for development at Maiden Kumasi Dialogue. 2025 budget. App Institute questions 4.3 billion Ghana cedis allocations to Gold Board. African faith members call for unity. Or die into family wants atomic energy over sale of atomic lands. Okay. The worker at all
right, thanks so much. That's Sabata. But before we go, and the story back up anyway. Let me go back to a year in your PK Sapon. Okay. So PK Sapon whispers from the corridors of the thinking place. Now, what your write up be an article be Kwabena Adubuahin is not a politician. Ayene should stop misinforming the public. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayene, at his press conference to itemize the cases involving some individuals his outfit has investigated, created the impression that Kwabena Adubuahin of Signals is a former akufo-addo appointee and an NPP member who has acquired wealth and properties that defy logic. Let it be on record that Kwabena Adubuahin is not and has never been an NPP member. He is not a politician and has always been a businessman. This is not an MPP NDC matter. It is imperative that these facts are made available to the public about him. Kwabena is the owner of Glofet, a multi-million-dollar company and one of the biggest, if not the biggest fertilizer company in West Africa, which owns the biggest fertilizer blending setup in Ghana. This entity has loans from banks, including ECOWAS Development Bank, which it services diligently. Glofet did many businesses with Cocoa Board. Glofet did many businesses with Cocoa Board when Dr. Stephen Opuni was the chief executive officer of the entity. He and his wife, Angela Agyapong, own several other successful businesses in and outside Ghana. He has been owning businesses long before 2017, and it's also important to point out that Kwabena has been working at Signals since 2007. He was a public servant under President Mahama. Serving as deputy director, he rose through the ranks and became director when MPP came into office. He owns properties running into several millions of dollars. He has been owning many expensive cars, including Ferraris, J-Wagons, Range Rovers, and others before 2017. Osa cars na dada ansana 2017 kra. Dr. Ayene should stop creating the impression that the gentleman and his wife acquired all these properties and built these businesses when he became director of Signals. This ugly haste of making this a partisan case is not only reprehensible but mischievous. If he has done anything wrong, he should be put before court. If he has done something against the state, he should charge him and stop linking him to the MPP. It is quite perplexing that Kwabena Agyapong has not been charged by the Attorney General, yet he's been persecuted in the media space. This something habit of prosecuting people in the public domain when they have not been sent to court must end. This is not how our laws work. Dominic Ayene should stop hiding the fact that Agyapong owns properties and businesses long before he became director of Signals. If these facts are not available to him, then his investigators are incompetent. PK Sapon, whispers from the corridors of the thinking place. Kweku.
One 70 camp was seen so. Me say. The MNDC for yes, I am away in a person say a branch in Dino. A Yenidine Kutano. So Kuta Kandin. So we just want to link his name to the NPP party. If we made background on that, the Obonumana Ghana and especially media houses, not the electronic media, presenters be a bon. Presenters be a bon bitre wu e be nsuade. Timeka se abrantie e be na me tie radio station bi. Abrantie etimi todan mako adu no nson. 27 Kofi and some way court na di asem ana se di asem wo oman no mu say ye meka na obi ente keke nemu nanimu ase na we so de no court na court no so ko de bem wo court wa so betimi asiu attorney general ana Kofi enti ati hey sabe o attorney general onya akwada so ahu enti se ko base bibi ni a ye mfamfam rakwan so Kofi mi giri se wo nkomo fufuo bi nti no se ye hwe se ye be ma mra no aye adwuma eno babo ase ne se amanyosam nti 1 oye owradu wa he oye MPP ni ana se ne din nti sade right up si e kan ye no ne din ni nti se tata no gu nanim ase se ne nyuma ana ade no mai mo amanyofo bi no metoda bi a mo baban mu a mo ha dwen saa yei enti so broni bi no ate Ghana ha no wo saa ne ma we nyina se Ghana ni di ya na
nyonko Ghana ni ya yes enti obo so target you see on the politics no na ngofo fa so di create lutu a share.
Yes.
So at the moment I'll be into politics and I'll be near political appointment and I'll be baso be near position obi you know isusu say why dey obokro.
Yes.
But me did say baby it me determine all this you know a court.
Hwe to send this if wa bayi. Opa me enhwe. David we die no so abranti no so die o Bible no the same kora.
Joseph.
Joseph. On the day no so no. Who say no say one and three be afon
na adomo afon so ememena kese no
wow and this if we na binom omo opposition a omo afon to say Joseph Daye di ohun ye mo ye ohun ye me kodi na nsan kodi na nan bo so omo afon ye ma the dakas mu ne ade san krofo no na wo kase ebi a eno kwa no ntumi nka ebi a wafa kwan bi so abo man no kro no kwa woni hu adanse abetumi ade
dabi
yenya nipa din saye no yenya edin saye ene niema bi a se hu so obi koso na brabo koso na pese na bata manyosem ho na egu nanimu ase sense we ne de he
all right
time
okay but that's it
trust no man no yes say aye hododo
but that's it teacher kwaku antwibu esia ko na otenenka kwaku de besia ebe koyi ni Saturday eguso toto ne oma nti ye hwede besi
mate na nsan body nso oguso jeje de
miguso
okay mate me da se kofi
teacher kwaku antwibu esia ko na otenenka Net 2 television so the dialogue jumedie so any opani ba ko bi won komo sema be edu ewo fia briefly but I mean kind messages kakra on YouTube channel no so na any opani no komodi no emra let me read this briefly na yen hwese ne enioma echo me did say those watching us and so add drop a comment and opay nti any opani ebedi komo briefly na ya to so Isabella says amen. She was responding to the quote. Nana Bafo Akuto Ken no vote and can we trust more fire? Stephen Ofori Atta. Good morning, Kofi and Abena teacher entry. Good job. God bless you and Ode Abba. So winner chamo. Let's go for a quick break. Na Inisa and Komoy Sema na Yemfa Emro. Midini Owa Hene entry book. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after the short break. Back, this is the Dialogue Show live here Net 2 TV. So, in immediately Owahene and Chi Buisiako, Ora Isaac John Fia is in the studio. Now, Boys Brigade Awareness Month. Babidi and come on that. And what is it about? He's going to tell us more. Now, Yashe, dear a woman, Boys Brigade. This is my first time of hearing this. And minim e kukro. Now, no be bre. Now, watch it. This is the Dialogue Show, 25th of March. 2025. Openi, good morning.
Good morning.
But I want to say. Okay. Boys Brigade, what is it about?
Boys Brigade, a Christian organization.
Okay.
But a interdenominational international,
Okay.
and a regimented organization.
Wow.
Na nipa na oti Boys Brigade no na oye sojani ewo Scotland.
Okay.
Na osan so ye Sunday school teacher. Ebeka say children's service teacher. Na oko soldier parade grounds are utumi command hundreds of men and they obey him. But Oba Sunday school Sundays no be chere nkola no Bible. Also as usual nkola no very stubborn. Always disturbing. Inti no na onte ne ho ase. Na obo Awurade mpaye ne Awurade chere ne say onfa military discipline no enfanka Bible adusua no ho.
Okay.
Na onfa chere nkola no and they will obey him. And no na start Boys Brigade worldwide.
Wow. This very great. And so how and when was it founded?
The Boys Brigade was founded on the 4th October 1883.
Hey,
1883. It was Glasgow in Scotland.
Wow.
But the 12 boys in a started. Now in our balance, you can say, 12 boys, 12 stubborn boys. They almost started Boys Brigade. Until somewhere in 1911, no Boys Brigade about Ghana.
1911?
Yes.
No
Boys Brigade about Ghana.
Oh, wow.
Now, 1914, because of the activities of the First World War, no Boys Brigade a call form.
Okay.
Ghana. Nyamiadum 1956, and now you signed Pija Boys Brigade Bium Ghana.
Before Inyafa, who do you cry?
Yes.
Okay.
If free Samre no, Ngui Besi Samre.
From 1956, sir, it's a Pija Biono. It's me more sustaining in Ghana here up to now. Almost 69 years.
Yes.
Wow. This is great. Wow. Wow. Boys Brigade. What are some of your programs?
Boys Brigade in Angasa, ye butai said your founder no edite no. Ye butai say ye betiti nkwala mbebunu ewo nyamesem na ya fa soja ntete no so edi aka ho. Na yatete nkwala na ama ebusua yatete omo ama oman na yatete omo nso ama asori no. Inti no Boys Brigade a church based organization.
Wow.
Inti Ghana has isia no yewo asori nsori bibria omo Boys Brigade since a year interdenominational no asori bia to meeting.
Okay.
Brigade no.
Okay.
Currently yewo the Methodist Church, yewo Presbyterian Church, yewo EP Church, yewo Jesus Generation.
Okay.
Your Anglican Church, your Perez Chapel, now your United Church, those churches in the barracks, Methodist Presby combined.
Okay.
These are the churches that Ghana has so far.
More Boys Brigade.
Yes.
So what are the benefits? So be person or join here, and for sure woman benefit of joining the BB group.
Eddie kind ye into TI de Bemau.
Okay.
Suihuna ubenya. Na enam say ye dwumadie no ayɛ sɛ soja nti no nkwala ne bebree fa so edinya enlistment in the armed forces bebree na ye boban ye machi nti no wo even currently wo the armed forces central band almost all the guys omu go nyina ye brigade for omu fi brigade mu.
Wow. Wow, this is great. And it's a metwasi and I say in terms of discipline there, Boys Brigade.
Yes, the Boys Brigade was founded on twin pillars.
Okay.
Your friend of twin pillars.
Okay.
The religion and discipline.
Discipline.
Into religion, the Bible aspect of it, the Christian education aspect of it. Not discipline, so you soldier DNA. Into no your activities in you're breaking into two. But broadly, no, 4.
Okay.
4 no, your spiritual. Spiritual no, your Bible. Any yamisem na your dictionary kwalano. Na your educational. And no, your school addition, any brigade addition a womb. Na your ba social. Social no, your children kwalano how to serve your country, how to serve in the community,
okay,
how to serve at home. And then we also have the spiritual, educational, social, and physical. Physical no the marching aspect.
Okay.
And then other sporting activities that we do.
Wow.
So briefly no we need programs.
Programs,
Yeah.
All right, Isaac John Fia and interact on a year Boys Brigade Awareness Month and Oka dia ewumu ankas. Has it made any impact in the society since the formation of this group?
Of course, because through the Boys Brigade, nipa bebre kura abeya sofo. Because of nyamisam na yedi raw mumu from the beginning, until they grow up to become reverend ministers. More so, we will be brain so afasu di enye juma wo miambia bebre like the armed forces I was talking about. Currently, we call Takrade Barracks 2BN. The CEO, commanding officer,
he started from?
Yes, he started from the Boys Brigade, and he's still in the Boys Brigade.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
He's still in the Boys Brigade.
Wow.
It's in the Boys Brigade, and it will interest you to know, say, your former National Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Okay.
He was a Boys Brigade boy. He went through the ranks of the Boys Brigade till a senior boy.
Wow.
And or different school semni ade na amawe to be antoaso. Enti Boys Brigade na titin kofo bebre. We have somebody like Honorable Samia Ugu.
He's still part of
He's still part of the Boys Brigade.
Then you have notable personalities in the group.
Very, very notable personalities.
Wow.
Currently, our national president is lawyer Moses Fuamoni.
Oh,
so the Boys Brigade has trained a lot of people. He also started the Boys Brigade from the scratch. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
The brigade has trained a lot of people. I, for one, I started the brigade when I was 7 years.
7 years, and you
Yes.
started it, and
Yes.
you've been part till now.
Till now. So
for how long? For how long?
Currently, I'm 63 years.
6'3".
Yes.
And I was saying, "Before I come fufu susu,
Brigade in Atitin Crofo be
63.
Yes.
You look very young. Wow. Wow, that's
and
great.
currently we have a membership of about 29,000.
Wow.
Yes, the whole Ghana, 29,000.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So this month, we create awareness.
Yes, we are creating awareness because Brigade, yet in Wasorimu. And I say we are confined to the church. Inti nipa bebre enim brigade.
Okay.
Obi behu brigade na just say ye program bi a ye match. No behu.
Oh, it's a brigade.
Inti bebre dream say brigade ye go man ye match. That is all. But ye won nyoma bebre ma yesua. Currently ya assistant your course content before obey officer. Obe show officer and as obey lieutenant. Obe go through a lot of courses.
Wow.
Yes. Into your child psychology because we better think so you should know the psyche of these children. We be doing I say leadership, how you will lead them.
Okay.
I say to me counseling the chair or more counseling. Until a year one you may be brave. I had the chair officers
Okay.
so that almost so economical leading they will know how to train these children.
Wonderful. All right, Isaac John Fia, but obi share no pay no person join it. How can one join the group or person become one?
Brigade there, you don't have to write an application.
No application left.
No, we bet me join it.
Okay.
Any church be a close by, be a
okay.
Now say, won't pass on be cry no.
Wait me join.
We bet me join. Now it be a later. We bet me join it.
Sorry no.
Because a church-based organization.
Okay.
But normally Muslims, they're G Muslims. If you are a entity, I demand Muslim akolano so. Those the parents happiness to say.
Okay.
Uncle sorry.
Okay.
Dear war is you who be
all right. Okay. That's it. Na bedase se obaye so because all this one no enim se ekue dwumadi passport amudi se na wo kan no enye enim se bia 6 March edru na ehun se Boys Brigade for yabem and as sorry ne ye program bi na se Brigade Boys and so ever participate. But looking at the Wachichi, I think say the discipline aspect of it now I am very interested in it because Ghana installed that in our youth development. So final message to Ghanaians now.
My final message to Ghanaians is say the best stress say awofobia no ontumi man the Banco Brigade.
Okay.
Akola no ko school opun school no be fie na wo awofo no wo mpon adwuma maya bisa ho say adamfofo ben no mudi agro through that no akola no betumi apeke suban bebre a emwa no e wona brabo but se wo ma akola no ko brigade open school no ba obekọ brigade training no e wa so down
okay
nti over there no obenya ntitia se wo ni fie kura na wo ba obehu se ebebo akwala ne dachi
all right you better say oba no pay
yes we that's bebre
all right Owa Isaac John Fia a member of Boys Brigade Ghana and have that wonderful and fruitful discussions Boys Brigade Awareness Month. In fact, our church in Umani Super na Edan for coming this morning. A quick break about na any lawyer Eric Odro as usual Tuesday morning. Wabi do any baby din come. In some no be first kasem ho any kwanya oman economy ni be grow. Any the nyoma e koso. And a baby din ho enkomo. Me did all one stay tuned. I'll be right back after the short break. Back, it's time for today's discussion on the Dialogue Show, 25th of March 2025. Tuesday's episode of Ghana's highly respectable social, political, current affairs talk show. And Ede Nkomo Ebro, lawyer Eric Odro at Nase. And I didn't come afa private sector and tax exemptions. A tour. And Ankron Krunuma. Kwaya aban a wo se oma wo chewo eto na oboa group private sector no ema economy no economy. As it stands now, about 600 to 800,000 workers are in Ghana. Ghana, we have 31 million population. Public sector workers no kra omu 1 million. 600,000 to 800,000. And no kra ni yehunu botano emfa kra nshim. It is about time private sector, because any private sector nka to say me school go university we GBC in Kokrafo da so to me say de umbe ko na obi ababi omunko. Yeah, private sector. Yes, private sector. I'm Nyuma. Honorable Agyapong Daroma ena emu bi enya akwanya. Enti am Nyuma no. Kwan be so ne yeso asene. Ni aboa amam kran because nipa public sector no kra aform as compared to private sector no. Public no ni private and private no afa nipa more than public sector. Because obi school or say honorable famisha baby honorable famisha baby honorable famisha baby ndenya obi a wa bene wo tax emo na oba beboaye Chartered Institute of Tax Law and Forensic ura Eric Odro or expert in that sanso mrenimini open yem watching
yeah enia
abokode
nyame adom bro
ahode wo
ahode de obade de ache
obade de ache ampa sanse ono na mankwa
sanity
eni pantimi mankwa
sanity
all right lawyer Eric Odro and Oteninkan. So join the conversation on YouTube channel also Net2 TV GH Net2 TV GH na otimi NAI interacting this morning live here on Net2 television as well. Production crew ni na bomichi dom na eden komo ba. You can follow me on Facebook Real Owahene and Real Owahene on Facebook, Real Owahene on TikTok, and we are on YouTube as well. That's Real Owahene TV. Real Owahene TV on YouTube. Like and subscribe it. Ne follow important discussions. I be wow dachi. Me need Owahene and buisi ako. Obani inti we know a tour and a private sector any abai check out woman
yo ya din chake se be magana for ne T4 and no pay so say obo ade ayadum na ninti aye can tax na ne say eno ne the single most che say sika e buy ho a encumbrance bia eni ho che say bokan bia na say dowry bia entachiri say kona kutu amanfo back how aban saka pa ne saka enti na dwene ne nsusuye mu say na me use no me de be adwuma beboa enti say loan de bokata achiri loan a receipt tax no so receipt by receipt and revenue
okay
but loan no a receipt by any revenue I just how dey adwuma na mfa so abaso ansa na be income na revenue and profits na gains e the amount enti na bribia na ye ni bre tax ho no because abani mi han ani apena e ba enya afi no kokbu akunta kire obi akunta ese obu ni say den no dey to Ghanaians ba nye so okakutua interest bi wo so enti na ye ni abre wo sa aspect no na ene pese e ka private sector and tax issues
okay
private sector ya dia ehu hia na owo nim say me kan report bi reports na me kan here no private sector na about 75 to 95% you can oma afaman for juma their contribution to the economy any economic activities no over 75% private sector no kwa kuram say twe afaman for kura juma no eba exporter ye de nyoma kwa bruchire no private sector omutimi export more than even 10%. That is a banana ni jina no so enti sabana ni jina no so a na private sector na ono so about over 75%, no. Not just that no more. So it means to say almost productivity na constricted. Amwa waha. Because they call Bruchin, that was the Ghana Enterprises Agency report. I think I read it about a year or two ago.
Okay.
And that is the very critical thing I see a shareholder, because private sector is so BM or government there or a regulator. Or regulator or a monitor or a supervisor or no or the running and new Megua said the private sector between Ejuma.
Okay.
Few countries na ban ankaza de no productive activities media China more Vietnam ni ni dia ban ankaza timi through the private sector ankaza de no shame ankaza things no so your model now maybe going forward ni betimi ahwe honom na oka private sector ye wo pillars for the private sector.
Okay.
Enyoma ejina ho ma private sector esetimi ejina die dini kan nyina ne the production or the productive capacity or the products and the services and then on produce and only idea who here pass private sector na be so and then on produce a boa Ghana for ni omo ye na boa Ghana for na you will sky e beto ofa bibi to say the production sector e be your agribusiness ye wo fancy be manufacturing ye wo de keka ho no se nipa no anase company no produce ade na ye to na ye to a wonya so mfaso no because on the private sector person no obeboka ewo ni production cost, labor cost, overhead cost, administration cost, marketing cost we kenyina obebo enti se oboka production cost eni ma wakwakoto eno ma wakwakoto no ne huska na ewo no ho na odi akwakoto sa ne ma no susuampa se obana obekruche bibia to no oton obenya sanfaso no because sanfaso na ne bedua mu akose wane ne company no krampo no sese nyamfaso ebetimi enyini ebobetimi atre obi otiye no so no obetimi enya sanfaso sa ne ma no susuampa se ensaka ena cost no so no eya neoma bebra ekuntia no one inflation etimi kutia no the tosumi import bill etimi kutia no the tosumi ensa foreign exchange imbalances the tosunai chese competitors the tosunum the supply chain enti business sector no dia esese abani kohopa se enuma mabobosu ni nyina no so ampa se aban asomasen ewo ho na se businessman yes ade no na bia bankran so na sen a or yeah, send the cosie, Otimian a profit, with me to Anwaka, and a profit, etria home tax, etria dividends, etria we say. Enti say, yes, shareholder because policy are buying the Benina and the private sector named to me, and you know, Brania. How don't say, Abano, Ubia, the person of a core Abemu, because it's in Ghana, and Ubia need to say, or Beko Abemu, because the salary at the public sector, no, or maybe so a public setup salary economy even the private sector is a problem there. It is yes it is here shani can once them so that's the production cost and no man make cotton one ho na make cotton free me cotton bar as I say me nya fufuro ka ho me nya bi Ghana hanom and I say me crafia buchiri na me susudua na say demand output na me produce na gina so mama for aba beto no enkrofo beto na so ma meto na me kra e be say esaya ehun skano ehun akunta enti sanuma we say ni nyina kuntia private sector the toss me any labor cost no your skilled labor your semi skilled labor your low skilled labor enkrofo bi wo ho a wo hia mo wo nimdie kete pa beboa production experts engineers accountants lawyers administrators susuampa say wo ska o de be sa entutua no na ekuntia no nti adwuma bo ha is wobbling ontimi mfa enkrofo a omunim de no wosoro enti onya huhwan bi apa na odo mo ye adwuma ono nso no onti adwuma na se onya nsuahu no oni networks certain skill set no oni enti adwuma wura no but esa ko besia anasa wo ye retreat anasa wo ye restructure na hu se adwuma na wo ye no enkoso enti mi hia enkrofo bi skill personnel so wa go fe ni ba bebre kwa betimi afa ba ko you know. Okay, we say, obet me a administration, obet me a bent to year. Eman Kofone Dimechi no, workers no, or musicasem, a year or more labor issues, a year or more incentives, and Sadiano, or your papa penny and I say mammy penny what quadare santo tunum it's one on quiet swing hono emma mouth for no quiet swing hono emma workers ni so papa we are bad there or bear ya busu saying yakuma so ade amayen ntisi ye adwuma na ye nwene de ebedie ye nwene ya ketua ye nwene ye bonus ye nwene ye danka ye nwene ye best school fees ye nwene we stay because santo tu you need a skill personnel ntu ko fa ho bia so obetimi aye business manager and director wati.
Okay.
Oba betena ho there but he can't do as expected. It's winning this is the support aspect of the company and son over the productive capacity ubo engineer technical personnel obetimi akeka enuru abo na se nyoma ebo ma ebetimi produce quality product eno so no ese ene se utwe se ni panika yi ne salary na wetua no so 1% eso no salary no so no ehun ka bebre your bonus wo honom your overtime wo ho your snit year 1 wo ho snit year 2 wo honom your snit year 3 wo ho your rent allowance wo ho your scholarship wo ho your medical expenses wo ho ye say enti salary na wutua no say oye san tutu we say nyina because obia pese oye obia pese okonanim enti say oye dwuma na salary ne nko a na wakono ho because enso no nti say o twa troko ye dwuma foforo de soso na mo ye tutu ni nyina wie na otimi se ne o hwe nyina no obenya odwuma mu ho a ane e wo frɛ no 7 am kra 5:30 am mo se no odwuma mu because no hwe nyina ne nsabeka it woni nyina ye cost it better than wetimi aso sa cost na no from the revenue so otimi enya the adequate revenue because when nyina ye ka the adequate revenue ni saying the customer na autonomy na free on hon customer ben na wa beto ade na free wo honum customer na wa beto ade na free honum this is something say asor ben wo ko nkofo ben no hwibom adwuma ben no ye the demographic analysis and the revenue capacity is saying hifa no te the taste and lifestyle sanu mani nyina say osusu ade na me produce no san krofo ko we say na omo ho sika ne ho akono ne ho akade on the beto
okay
into once sanu mani nyina we na me madwen so me produce into na man for beto aweti into you have to profile the customer base kofo na za ha mo customer base mo be advert ha mo be we ha ma profile ni nyina mo kofo bi a mo de mo ka munya je hwe o ba betua mamo so they are improving your cash flows into yes we share sa nyoma we say product be na o de ma no nyoma na o ton no so ampa it private sector no ehia sa analysis we say ni nyina because one nya ne sa na ofo so menya madwuma bi menya menyansa bi na ma bi adwuma nti no menya bi di menya bi asimi dan bi di bi hwe me yere no ma wati it's not success the success is you have to make profit and fast work. You have to grow. You have to expand. You have to survive. You have to get net returns. And the last one is to what? To serve the society. It's winning now waiting. Into once a private sector for more. It will be a real university or person or public sector. Horon so kwa enwuma no enye show regulatory just say entutua mapa aban hihye se de be a private sector no betumi aye adwuma na kodanim nti uji amanfo bebro public sector wo high because the social service it's like we are fleecing on the country nti enyina taxes ni agije ne de tua amanfo ka private sector it's not helpful. Why don't you find different means you still invest it back into the private sector so the be ya kono na omoye adwuma na ekoso a afro revenue stream investment capacity even the cost overruns ni nyina no would dovetail into what positivities that's why say adwuma ne boka no kra no it is still bringing what growth enti adwuma ne ekoso no we pay more people because so biem eso nya manfo ese ekoton ne marketers ese we say we hia manfo but na private sector na yakono enti no owie school a nya na kono so nko public sector no aba private sector na ebo na if it's wobbling ono emu ne ma na oton no just etogum bo sa afi o kwa o fausibi bra 10 years crying for you so these are aspects ese ma
that's to see and as the engine of growth depends on the private sector. Without the private sector no
waiting
I see
because Ghana private sector no employ mini current statistics but it doesn't employ it employs not less than 70% of the labor force yes and your GDP over a little over 70 billion. Your tax rate 13%. Your debt profile 726 billion Ghana cedis. Your policy rate 27%. Your total, a friend is saying, as at last year 2024, deficit financing gap no 7.9%. Nina feed into the private sector because when say ye juma be foa aban ne de no so into otutoko no na ono so ko just kakra no the be foa the total revenue from tax and non-tax revenues no ne bet me aboa and one ye ne saa na ofo so and ye ne enyi adwuma bi ntino de ombenya bia no onye de ombenya bia. What help are you giving to the private sector? That is what tax incentives. You have to give a lot of tax incentive what to people. Very, very important. Now tax incentives, you know, what the government can do, they say, you will certain tax exemptions. Now tax exemptions, you say, you demand Ghana for an answer, you demand outsiders. Okay. Exemptions Act, Section 12, Section 13, Free Zone, Section 14, 15, your specialized industries, a tax concessions, any sign of money, so one pass a Ghana for him. Now, Omuba, ye Joe Mawawa too. Because you see, there were certain localities, Krampona, say, Greater Accra, say, Uti Jumawa ha, taxa, a so triano, Oko Western Regional, a less. Oko Upper Easter, a less.
They are not the same.
They are not the ssame.
Okay.
High Buani Atitiso, it be 18.5%, it be 22%, it be Yatitiso who said a bear, a bemau, homas, a bemau, hotos, to me produce more.
Okay.
Because your Jim more taxa is constraining your cash flow. It's that why we're saying that the locational aspect can also be used. And Ghana for, and yeah, a crank one is so be a business. About tax a now, who call the district centers, who call the regional centers, taxes now we say to you come be. A book can even make more case to the finance minister, to the subcommittee, the finance subcommittee, especially if you have very good case. Okay. Maybe how the investment biaba, and also the investors biaba, and what creative business model be, and I say the baby Ghana. Met me a general concession. I'm a much more, juicy tax intensive. They can do it. Whenever the boss are we say who the rule. This is what the finance ministry has to do. This is what the information ministry has to do. This is what even the party in power, the communication machinery has to do. Yes.
Ghanaians are almost benefited from this incentive, but most people don't know.
It's sanity. And Sana, you will reduce corporate income tax into your sectors, especially our tourism near a year. Instead of 25%, will be 22%. You will free zone area. Instead of be 15% near, will be 1% on your total sales every year. Until you will be what time you will be second day in Kumasi Honor hand. Those they are the free zone enclaves. We are now after 10 years in one, where we are between 10 and 15%. If we are 25% dependent, so your company who send it, Unioman Quabruchda, we say the Kumebi, so you're waiting so who told the so Ghana ha, and also Nebeman Musokakra. Sash we say, Yago Kratasu, one a Kobahuderu.
Boy, and then I say,
reinvest part or all of the proceeds of the realization of your assets back into ton asset now, and I say Japadibia out on because we capital against tax. Now in penny for no reinvest into the business. When you know our honor, but ton ya penno da kusidine, or ton ya penno da swan busu and Akuga Bruchili, no the genuine. That is why you can do more to stimulate the economy.
Okay. But so do you think I will say a Bohunduru?
Yes.
Like say a year NCC for
yes, NCC yes.
No.
Yes.
Church Ghana for
yes.
Send a encourage and motivate people.
NCC for one crown, they can go to GRE, they can go to GIPC, they can go to where the experts are. So many experts now, some government institution. We have got secondment. Yes, my picking friend saying expert. No more secondment we say about the Ubo tax, about the Ubo investment, about the Ubo cost, about the Ubo we say no more on the rule. This is what we want to grow the private sector. Corporate sector will be as son is set man or the economy. It brought the friend is saying the wage bill. Tejije tax ni nyane to omuka. Kakra bi ne de akwakotua a friend say interest cost. it will share government a friend is saying the projections no yeah no say the primary balance is going to 1.5% net of what surplus or 1.5% surplus. My minimum do apa trend say you see kana agigi wo Ghana nyina for the next 12 months no see it me gigia ene eka ye bebo no see it free mu a yentua ensi ho loan and answer friends say bisin akogi bia no say yentua ensi ho de enyi sensi ho ni free ho no de bebo so no 1.5%.
Okay.
Sisi anso no enya ntie say treasury bills now about from between 15 and 17%. The 91 days, the 182 days, and the 364 days. That is very good. So the excess is purported to have been invested or is going to the private sector investment. And no anymore. Because ever from no, it means we try interest now. As a bank rate interest now, my own high interest. Into the back no bank rate me crack. Yes. And as I say, it's minimum interest rate in Sweden. Ever from CC and Menyan in TSA Bank of Ghana, ever call 123rd the policy, policy meeting or more meeting they try to make sure say they bring the policy rate down,
okay,
or up. Now, what I'm suggesting is say 27%. Either should come between 25 and 26.5%, because they say no treasury bill rates in ever form. And it should come in line with your friend is saying the interest rate, because it's about 25%. Banks so they can give more credit.
Okay.
And because Bank of Ghana some loan they pay smaller interest rate. Into business person also buy. Savings, you know. So when you are now now you can increase your productivity. You can invest in labor relations issue. You just say, "Ubet media Japade and also
expand."
That is it. You can expand.
Okay.
Inti ebeboa aban to also achieve the primary balance of what 5%. No,
okay,
is likely to help the government. Inti onshare sadian because one share sadian then say a bus interest rate is a cost roa. Because the government is planning to collect about 223 billion Ghana cedis, 0.8 kakra so as revenue for the year. And sun expenditure near 291 billion Ghana cedis. Into difference, no deficit into inflation rate as of January 23.5%, February about 23.1%. Into there's a reduction of 0.4%. To the trend says 0.4%, no. What they multiply 293 billion now, that's 116 billion. Now they multiply 223 billion now, that's about 89 friends say 89 billion. So the government will be making a savings of 26 billion.
Okay.
Yes, it is about to me and maintaining Ghana for Sabani to me maintaining inflation rate this year. Now and me amro 23.1%. The free now confirm December 2025. The government is going to make savings, average savings of 26 billion, which is going to help him to achieve the primary balance.
Okay.
Which is going to help him to achieve the deficit balance now. And I said the budget deficit now we're creating.
Okay, on this inflation issue. And then say ordinary Ghanaian and Fasobe Nunya.
Sure, Unya Fasopa.
Okay.
Na nina buy no, because I buy it to me a shesa utmi make savings we say na. A base abani heska say or the soya sin in terms of electricity utmima a friend saying subsidy.
Okay.
Ebia water utima subsidy. Companies ubetimi am tax concessions. Bank of Ghana be catch am say increasing interest rate ni bebre enti sa we increase interest rate na businessman wakoje besia de akoye enioma no ono nso de sa besia ne beto goods and services no enti it brings stability in the prices enti nipa na wote friends mekura announce or say otimentukwa announce oti awin announce oti we say no ubon said there will be stability in the fundamentals enti minim so ade we say amekwa akoto no 13 cities for the next 6 months no nya de a ebesesa enti se scam be share the bottom kura adwuma na wo na wonya hu ska no otimi project otimi sisi hu se ade we de me kwa 13 cities na bia wo be kokura no e bia to so 13 city 1 pesos aha ehuri nko bi a 15 and answer 20 cities enti emma business sector na hotoso emma timamufo no so hotoso ana 3 the savings and loans those external financiers no a highest interest rate in the from no almost to force them to bring the interest rate because savings and loans need microfinance no omu charge pa e be 4%, e be 5%, e be graduate 7% per month. Yes, it's interest rate in the bar. It will also force them to either stabilize it and bring it down. Into Mamina or T, your friend is saying Malata, an answer or magazine, an answer or market circle, an answer or one you know. Ha, inti so koje bisia kumebi from Susu a year. A bonnet that's interest no and costro into one possible. Oh, we now costro, na make us a metria higher. Aha, into any a buying policy no, it will to me so interest rate nim na a bar from kakra. Na difference in the private sector. A buying excess money through taxation. A buying excess money through other non-tax revenue. It's a person a subsidy or person so a senior or though over time mostly is maybe 6 months to 12 months. But because a new man to 2 years na I'm not na banane. Na two a new man who can't na uba who the renuent me and sonwa the mechanic na 10 na abequenti out. After na man for with inflation na hanum interest rate na hanum now we see that hanum because a buying council is borrowing from the internal sector.
Wow.
A buying is borrowing from treasury bills. As one share pay, it's likely to increase interest rate because it will crowd out. Bet just carrying na abe buying a honum. Na private sector no bread into both half to fizzle out.
I was ura Eric Odro Esquire where Mredimini and Edian Kumoy. On this a year okay, Ghana for any foreigners in big companies, private sector. Ghana for also be inuma. But mostly you see Ghanaians complaining. Say I say you pamper the foreign investors more than Ghanaians. Nim. Say the Bible can say nim diame manim. Say the tax incentives say ubi adwuma or say no maybe we are buying a what makes that difference between the foreign investor and the Ghanaian investor?
Unse foreigners no or ba or no wajia jina mu say oba be adwuma apiska ko ni krom. Into the first thing of share the investment environment, the laws regulating, and the judiciary. I mean the judiciary or the legal system.
Okay,
these are the key things. And again, so some of these areas, we are doing well. But the key one is here by the investment and the legal system. Into an old Wakoto Income Tax Act at 896, Wakoto Customs Act at 891, Wakoto Friends VAT Act at 870, Wakoto Friends Excise Tax Act at 878, Wakoto Friends Exemptions Act at 1083. It's tax status near Wakoto. Brother, my consultant, Munkum, you should be a loophole, so near finding Ghana for. Ansano,
Umunya Dadia, Ghana, and Mera Bata, yes, I am for Sudio, insanity. I got an initial on consultant, on for task, I. Aha, or company, or Caso Yankofa consultant, on a private to Fusa and Cofano. Bound India, Lebanese from Ayuahano. Contract will send be a lawyer at home. A DBA be an expert at home. And a DBA saw the share expert because there's something called professional liability, professional negligence. Into one no or your catching in my panel or an idea no, or Yanu, busy bass, sanity. I don't know, assign insure, no, pay friends the Insurance Act 1061, section 217, 216, 218. Only 90 or no one which you don't. Into a bus or Babeboa, the expertise is impeccable. Habagani no, yes, I did no. Ain't ye question us or no bar. What show is in an area, no, say, oh, okay, all right. Into many exemptions, section 13, section 14 of the Exemptions Act, into free zone. Arguably, no called free zone because exemptions be into exemptions for freeholder, a free zone board, at 504 1995, no, or exemption, no. In your man or day bar, tax exemptions near shabby beneficial into our advantage or Quenya war free zone, the act and the Merano. Okay, and some we are some exemptions act. No, some baby, you're saying, and then yes, I don't know. to na ngana ni boss mo ona burudi ni be adwuma no ontua task kese ni wan so anya sa ni nyina
owia no san ko emra kukuni na ngasa income tax no akọ hwelu post awom enti ono no de agye owia no san ko the industry specific act unse dwuma bia ubia ye industry specific act ubia obekọ Registrar General Department no akọ ente industry specific ni say banker obekọ Bank of Ghana investment obekọ Security and Exchange Commission mining obekọ minerals and mining enti industry specific no asan ko fa industry specific act no asan hwem me call mining industry specific mining and minerals mineral and mining act 703 section 48 me wo concessions wo ho it mini aban be ya 15 years court emma order enyadwuma court emma a friend saying a judgment enyadwuma reenactment ye yemra foforo enyadwuma sa contract na many aban san na me ba be tu fango no sa emra we say no the stability clause no abomichidom Ghana ni onye sa de no obekra on tin ho nye ne papa bia obekra ejina simple squad di aban atem enso na ewo onye enti ono kwesi broni na oba no wo sa no ma we nyina enti otumi profile the next 10 years profit obenya sika obetwe fi Ghana he knows it oni mi nyina enti owia no asamba mrana asama me ho kwan se me wi a metimi asesa me profit na ma make o cedis no na ma san de akwa brochire because a chassis section 48 ase ho no me sa kwoto nioma efia brochire custom duties no so no ye be hwan taxes na free so unsan nioma we say nyina eti bibia no bon sek their liquidity position is strong ni sika asem no osoro afei sika asem no osoro no they make higher profits obenya mfaso economy onya mfaso economy ma they expand obo sa afei no ati another branch subsidiary another friend say division e Kumasi e Takrade e Sunyane no expand no sign di so no asan fa Ghana for mo konkon adwuma ma me wo say wo no be twa ketewa bi na profit ne kese
all the crown so na on file tax on the right amount profit
no they avoid
also the decision
we are intelligent we are intelligent ba hono it depends on how expand we are not ko bi abrochire no bi we friend transnational multinational hwanhwani enti ene bi wo ho a no aton ma wo ma boarding bi so na aton ma wo ayi abofo ne bo na efo enti ni nyina no aha no say me tama na ne boarding a then it means no ebenya high cost wo ho no ne enya small lower profit wo ha no ne etua small tax say ne boarding so ho tax saving na so ahye stand no nyina enti no fa global tax profiling in regime na onimba bia aha Ghana no onye sa de no obekra gina kra didi abantem so aban so de wakruche bibia gu ho no nti afi no de abona schemes no afi no de ababa jewu okay Ghana for say no mote okay nti ane yen send ye investment nti ebi omo plant ebi ho plant no ebi Ghana ha no plant no see produce ade no mo de call bia South Africa no ma crop produce wo ho no so produce wo ho no ma no de neoma no aba Ghana has send the transfer pricing inter company transfers and non-taxable no the aba no the ajo and because say we have produce there we go through the normal production line and say tax in bem now we the normal production line there they akosi Rwanda na say South Africa na say Morocco and nyina anti there obeba ho ka transport cost it's your taxes ni nyina inter company transfer is non-taxable I just say be a low bi wo ho a yes ye fantastic so no asesa no ma we nyina owia no asamba bo ma make loss because me buy no we no make loss to make loss no emra no so kire say wo boka profit na say unya no we nya no boka ukukuru sa eka no ko afefufuru enti wo make profit afefufuru no ma now they are teso enti Ghana
for crowd so let's catch you say
sanity enti Ghana ga be no we san lose enti untua dividend no so yeah usika tin profit na wenya no untua because the moment you make profit is mean dividend is zero enti you buying dividend tax no so abenya 8% no unya enti wa hihye ne se be ya sa de aban ehwere ni nyina no abegu ni botom as sana dinity these are real
this is serious
enti adene de se pese e o mani ye dia de kan expertise you know ye fa nya adwuma na ya fa nya adwuma na ye begina simpie so to anansem ye ide ani wo kwa
also ye den commode besia say interview for bi wa hanti ye besia to us for us Evans Boateng good morning and have was it a lovely day very educative program watching from London that's if so na Isaac Ngwa also the day about winning a champion. Mame, I hope your weekend was peaceful and blessed. What's Kofi? When you have pure heart, things go well in your life. Thank you for your motivational advice. I say, why do you worry, teacher? Sevovo, Felix Sevovo. Good morning. How are you doing? The studio. I say, can I ask simple question? What is the government of Ghana doing against the children begging on the street? I don't know gender ministry, Papa. I can't ask them. Lawyer, 1 minute. Then fancy. Ever trust what I'm from?
You see, the idea is private sector no. Enuna so o mind mo. Nti aban akwanya bi ohubia no. On for more in terms of tax incentives. Now I'm sure say it me do we say nyina so a because there are a lot of things that we can do. Reinvest part of your proceeds back into investment. Exemptions granted to companies that also plow back their business and also and sana recharacterizing or treating certain expenses and also you was akonya ni nyina wo and sana can be increase your investment. Te say mo ha you tier 1 tier 2 tier 3 you betimi a create provident fund amamo na ya ti o salary medi akwa hye ho nti eno no tax na betua na yekuma bi bo tax cry. It's a way of the company using that money to grow ingenious things. I think that we can do it.
All right, Nidini, lawyer Eric Odro, tax expert, sounds so better than type production coding na as say modem of video so a 200 more hair. Meaning the Owa Hene and Tribusia. Actually, I may have my come back for a bronze. So be fam na ya to am komo bi so ho lawyer be dance for coming e ma munyina money hwe e ma mas asetena pa ani ache me di de owo ahene entwibu esi akọ